right, hello.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
We're back. Long break.
Yeah, we've been away.
We've been away. The last month has been tricky, in terms of scheduling. But here we are. You may have seen
Against all odds.
Against all odds, we are here. You may have seen over various of our socials that we took a little trip.
Yeah, we did. We took a big trip.
Big trip. Yeah. Could be qualified as a big trip.
Yeah.
Across the pond.
Yeah.
Ish.
So Lizzie's in a box.
No.
Well, we stopped there.
We did. Yes, we did briefly.
Yeah.
Worst place on earth. Worst place on earth. So I didn't know.
Heathrow Airport.
I wasn't really aware that you couldn't bring normal sized shampoo.
Should we start with telling where we went?
I think so. Yeah.
We went we stopped in France.
Yes.
France for
Lovely.
a great weekend.
Yep.
And then
Riviera.
we hopped over to Rome, Italy.
Yep.
With our buddy, stayed at his place, which was amazing for like over a week.
Yep.
And went to Pompeii, did a little Pompeii trip.
Mm-hmm.
Matt has learned a lot about traveling.
Yes.
We both have learned a lot about traveling.
Yes. But sometimes different things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I, for one, learned that, hey, can't bring full-size shampoo bottles on the plane.
Nope.
Can't do that.
Can never do that.
That's why travel-size things exist.
That's exactly right.
Exactly why.
Yep,
I was in
brand new full-size shampoo bottle.
Super like niche, like, got a special shampoo, ordered on Amazon a couple of weeks ago. It's, big bottle. It cost me like $30-$40. That bottle of shampoo.
Did you use it?
I did a couple times.
So it wasn't full.
No, but it was close. And the Heathrow Airport was not pleased about that.
Which, by the way, how did that get through Boston security?
I don't know.
That is a problem.
Apparently you need to bag up everything in the Heathrow Airport as well. How was I supposed to know that? We saw it all over the walls.
I didn't bag up anything.
Yeah, what?
No, but I'm more concerned on how you got a full shampoo bottle through.
And toothpaste, full thing of toothpaste, and that was full. That was like I bought that for the trip. Yeah.
How did you get that through security in Boston?
No idea.
One time I walked through there with an unopened full bottle of Coke and they didn't say anything.
So
could be anything.
Yeah.
Could be lighter fluid.
It could be.
So
we have no idea.
TSA.
Get your act together a little bit. Just not in Heathrow. Heathrow, you're a little too stringent.
Yeah.
We also went to Turkey.
We did go to Turkey, Istanbul.
Yes.
Which
for like half a day.
That was a fever dream.
We were the Istanbul airport is lovely.
Oh, dude,
like a palace.
I wouldn't say lovely.
I wouldn't say lovely either.
I'd say it's a lot.
It's a lot. I'd say it's
it'd
like
be lovely.
A palace.
There's
Yes.
It's not like you walk through
it's not
there.
Like quaint.
It's not
quaint.
It's the opposite of quaint.
Yes. Yeah. Matt, it's like a gold everywhere.
Yeah, it's
very
like
rich.
Gucci every 3 shop.
Lego store. Well, maybe my favorite part. We went to a Roma Lazio game.
Yes, Lazio.
That was utterly insane.
Yeah, I did. Lazio has gained a fan for life.
Yeah.
This is the coolest jersey
ever.
Look
at this.
It's a little small, but that's how they wear it, right?
That's how they wear it. They wear it tight. Yeah.
All right.
That's a great addition to the wall.
You bought a Roma hat.
Well, I guess.
What do you mean you guessed? You did.
I did.
You did make that purchase.
Yep.
We made a lot of purchases, but you wore a Roma hat, and turns out we were sitting in the Lazio section.
Yes, correct.
Yep. And it was a Lazio home game, which,
wow.
Good thing you took that thing off, because you could have died.
I thought I was going to. Yeah. I walked in, we were like, I thought I bought the tickets in the neutral section. There was no neutral section.
It was closer to a neutral section than
for sure.
Being in the heat of it, but definitely still Lazio.
Right, so I just stuffed that thing right under the chair.
In a puddle.
As soon as we got there. Left it in Rome as well.
Did you?
Yep, didn't want it.
Oh, all right.
Let's stuffed it behind Beck's cupboard. So it's there.
Did you tell him?
No. If they ever go to a Roma game, I'll let them know. Hey, you got a hat. Surprise.
Okay. All right.
Should probably let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's there. Didn't bring it home with me. I'm as well a Lazio fan for life.
I'm only a Lazio fan because they won 1-0, and it was like scenes, dude.
Electric.
It was so cool.
Probably the most electric sporting event. No, not even. Easily the most electric sporting event I've ever been to in my life.
And the most at danger.
Easily.
I've ever been to.
There was 4 separate times where we thought a bomb went off.
No. There was 4 separate times when a bomb did go off.
Yes. Yep. And we were like,
yeah.
But everyone just started cheering.
Everyone was like, yeah, that dude just threw a mortar on the field.
Crazy.
Come on.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. You just starting fires, throwing fireworks.
We walked in, and it was just like the Roma side was just engulfed in red, and the Lazio side was just flags. And then as the game went on, it kind of flipped.
They saved theirs. They saved their flares.
Yeah.
They saved their smoke bombs.
It was unbelievable. unbelievable. And at the end of the game, this is not a thing that happens in American sports.
No.
At the end of the game, everyone just hung around. All the Lazio fans hung around for like 20, 30 minutes. I mean, we left after like 20 minutes, but everyone was still there.
Oh,
just
I'm sure
singing,
for hours.
partying.
Yeah.
Like it was, in the state, it was crazy.
It was amazing.
Crazy.
I'm so glad we did that.
Me too. Another thing that I found that we talked about that was super, super interesting. No one was drinking.
No
one
one
was
was
eating.
were drinking.
No one was drinking. Everyone was just
drinking.
locked in. It was
People
crazy.
were dialed in, and there wasn't a lot of places where you could go like
Nope.
buy a beer.
Nothing. I didn't really. You had to really
It's not
look
like
for it. Yeah.
it's not like Boston.
Yeah, you walk in TD Garden, you walk in Fenway Park, just the walls are lined.
Everything's
with
about buying
stores.
jerseys, buying food,
Yeah.
buying.
We
this,
walked
buying
there.
that.
I didn't see one.
No, not a lot of 50-50 raffles.
No, didn't see any of those.
Yeah.
Didn't see any of those. So
Yeah.
it was just a bunch of people, one bowl,
There to
no
watch
decks, just
soccer.
one bowl.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable experience. I wasn't positive I was going to get out alive. Thankful I did.
I would have been fine dying there.
Me too. Bury me in Stadio Olimpico. I mean,
Throw away the key.
eat the key.
Yeah.
I don't want it. So we're here now.
Yeah, we are.
Made it to the Vatican one day.
We made it everywhere. Oh yeah, we did.
Yep.
It's our boy.
That's our boy,
Our boy Blue.
Pope Frank.
Our new favorite person.
Yes, Pope Frank, big fan. Couldn't care less about his religious, whatever. I don't care.
Beliefs.
Just his, yeah. Just his vibes. His vibes are great.
Basically on bobblehead vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, we also made it to Monaco,
We went to Monte Carlo. Yes. Yep.
which was this is a magnet.
No way. Put it on the
Yeah,
fridge.
What do you?
There we go.
This wood. That was sick.
Unbelievable. Shall we
That
tell
was
that
sick.
story? Can we legally tell that
Maybe
story?
another time.
Another time. Because
Maybe another
legally,
time.
I'm not sure we can.
No, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Save
some
that
crazy
one for
stuff
another
happened in
time.
Monte Carlo. It was a lovely trip. Happy to be back.
Yeah.
To be back.
Me as well. On the plane ride home, I was like, get me home.
Yeah. There was I'm allergic to peanuts, and the woman came around and was like, "Here's some food," and I was like, "Is it peanuts?" And she was like, "Yeah, you can't have any of this." And I was like,
Dude,
"Oh man, but
so
I might
good.
anyway.
It was
I might
so
anyway,
good.
just because I don't want to be alive anymore."
It was so
You know
good.
what I mean?
I'm allergic to something too, clearly, because
Clearly, yes.
I'm itchier than I've ever been.
Really, you look uncomfortable just
I
sitting there.
feel like my blood is boiling.
It's your skin's crawling.
Something's
a little.
trying, like my bones are trying to escape my skin.
There's a bunch of ants.
Yeah,
crawling.
that's what it feels like.
Wow.
It could be, too.
Just scratch it, probably behind your eyes
Could be,
too.
dude. No, my retinas feel fine.
Okay,
my
good.
corneas are.
Good. Okay, so
But
that's.
man.
Yeah, that's Europe.
That was Europe. That's what we've been doing.
That's what we've been up to. Yeah.
So that's why. That's.
That's
why
It's
we've
been
been
our.
gone.
It's been yes.
We've been a little disconnected from the sports world. We'll say that.
Yes.
So there is clearly some things we didn't talk about. Some things we'll probably glaze over that may be a little more important. I mean, I got most of my news from scrolling on Twitter for like 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
So
Very difficult to watch things.
impossible.
In Europe. Yep.
We were there for the first what?
The VPN.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Did not think of that.
Yeah. So itching to watch March Madness.
So yeah, this is almost the last day we're there. Also.
Yes. Close to it.
This is a Saturday. I believe.
Yeah. It's a recovery day.
We're leaving on Monday. It's a Saturday. We go out Friday night. We're like, all right, we'll just stay in on Saturday. Like, it's a nice lunch. Like, watch some basketball in the evening. Which by the evening it starts at like 5, I think it was.
I think ish. Yeah.
5.
Yep.
We're like perfect. And so obviously I dial in Stream East, crack streams, like the whole shebang.
Right.
All of them are like blocked.
Not working in Europe. Not working in Italy.
And the
app.
The app won't work unless you're connected to Wi-Fi. Or no, unless you're disconnected to Wi-Fi, because it won't work in Europe either.
Yep.
And we didn't want to like just watch on our phones, so we're like, all right, let's just download a VPN for one day.
No big deal. People do that.
So you did.
I do. Yeah. I VPN. Hopped on NordVPN.
Yeah,
I've seen the ads.
I've seen the commercials.
Yeah. This is the most legit one. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hop on the website. Oh, $6 a month.
Yep.
I'll totally one get the trial. 2, if I need to pay $6, I'll totally pay $6 to watch March Madness.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem there.
That's right.
Get on the checkout. You know how they autofill it now on the computer. They autofill the whole checkout for you. So they did that.
Like your information.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Autofilled
You
it.
do the fingerprint.
Thumbprint.
Yeah,
Yep.
fingerprint.
Autofilled.
Do you use your thumb?
No.
Pointer.
Pointer, fingerprint. Check out. Boom. Bada bang. Bada boom. I see. Then I see. As it's loading and the screen disappears, I'm like, what's that number? What is that? What?
6.
On the right side of it, it must be
$6.
6. It must be $6 a month.
Price is $6.
I look again. No. One time purchase of $200. Yep. $200 VPN I purchased.
Which
which
we didn't use.
We didn't use. So, because I immediately got on customer service and was like, hey. Then my bank called me and they were like, hey, we just noticed someone made a $200 VPN purchase in Rome, Italy.
Yeah,
that's definitely not you,
This
right?
has to be fraud.
There's no way that was you. And I was like, no, it was me. It was. And then I realized I should have just said it was fraud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then I would have got that money right back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yep. So where do you stand on that?
I was lengthy conversation with customer service.
Okay.
Sort of left it in like a wishy-washy spot. I wish it was more of a definitive spot. I think I'll get my money back in 5 to 10 business days. Last time I checked, nothing there.
It's been 5 days.
What? Business days. So I feel like it has been 5-ish. You know?
Yeah, it's been a whole week. That's 5 days.
Yeah. It's 5 to 10.
Okay, so
we're right
giving it another week.
We're right in the middle of it. We'll see. So I keep getting the emails though.
Like what emails?
Like, hey, how are you liking NordVPN?
Oh, how are you?
I haven't used it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm back in the States now.
Ah.
Never used it when I was there.
Well, you could use it to stream like Lazio games.
That's true. I might. And people use it for cybersecurity. I don't want my information getting stolen.
I'm way beyond that.
I honestly
care less.
I'd probably just keep it at this point. I mean, so I'm a proud shareholder in NordVPN, $200 VPN service.
That's probably like 10% of their company.
Probably. They should sponsor us. They sponsor a bunch of podcasts. Feels like
Really?
we're right up their alley. I always hear the NordVPN stuff.
Huh.
Rogan does them, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're right
yeah.
up there with Rogan.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Also, another thing, we've said it before. This pod, not very great in terms of technological things behind the scenes.
Not very great in a lot of aspects.
No, a lot of aspects. So we forgot my charger today for the camera. So we're back to the phone camera that we used to use back in the early days.
We forgot it.
I forgot it.
Okay.
I forgot it. No. Yeah, it was just me.
It's a hint.
Me.
I mean,
100% me.
I'm not going to put that blame on you. It was your fault.
Totally. Couldn't have been more.
But there's a lot of things that are my fault as well.
Well, the thing was, which was crazy, it was like...
We can talk about the Pompeii trains if we want.
True. Pompeii trains are a whole other shebang. I brought the charger to Boston to charge the thing right before, so I was getting on the flight.
Okay,
so
so
we
we charged the camera
for
Europe,
Europe,
which he brought.
which I brought, didn't use.
Didn't use the camera for a second.
The charger is now still in Boston.
Yeah.
And we are not in Boston.
No, we're at our studio.
Anywho, I say this to say this. We're about to cut before we start getting into sports because I don't know how long of videos my phone can take.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's where we're at.
That's where we're going. That's where we were getting to.
All right, brother.
So,
okay.
I feel that.
I see that.
You know I feel that.
I'm with that.
Anything else? On Italy?
On Italy.
On anything?
I loved that beach we went to. Don't know where it was.
In Nice?
Yes.
Yes, the second one?
Yeah.
Down the coast?
That beach was, Nice is amazing.
Nice is amazing.
Nice is amazing.
If I could recommend, like, I can't recommend Nice enough. Rome is Rome. Everyone says the great things about Rome. Rome's a city.
Rome was like, we went there, it's super American touristy, and it's just like, you have to go see that shit.
Right.
But like,
Rome is like what I expected it.
Rome was, for me, it was way too much.
It was a lot.
It took away value from each thing because in 3 days we saw everything in Rome, and it was like, cool. Like, the Colosseum's sick, but then you go to like the Vatican museums, and you walk every inch of that place is covered in like
insane paintings,
some
and
insane
gold.
like statue or something, and I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I just saw the same thing in the last year. I'm like, this is still sweet, but I mean,
sensory overload.
A sensory overload, exactly.
Now Nice, on the other hand, and Nice is
talk about quaint.
I hadn't super quaint. I hadn't really. I've heard of the French Riviera. I didn't really know what the vibes were. Went there, just blew me away.
Yeah,
I mean the vibes there.
I wouldn't have guessed it was France.
Wouldn't have guessed it was France. No. It's right on the southeastern sort of corner. It's like a beach little city.
Yeah,
and everything's concentrated like on the beach. Too.
If you go to Monte Carlo, bring your passport.
Bring your passport.
If you want to go in the casino.
Yep, that's a lesson we learned the hard way.
Yep.
Got to bring your passport. No Ubers in Monte Carlo as well, and we'll leave it at that.
That's all we gotta say.
Yep. All right.
Anything else? No.
I mean that was Europe. I'm sure we'll remember some things.
Yeah.
At some point.
If you're in the Istanbul airport, check out the Lego store.
The Lego store was great.
Deals on Legos.
We decided to purchase 2 Lego sets.
Yeah, we spent $40.
Yep. Yes. We spent about.
So my favorite pastime, spending $40.
We spent about 5,000 of whatever their currency is. That back.
Like, also if you're 3,000. There. If you're there and you see the Popeye sign and you're like, fuck, dude, I love Popeyes, don't go.
Wow, why not?
The chicken was awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was so bad. It was like rubber.
Yep, can't do it.
So avoid the Popeyes. Maybe just get a little...
Subway wasn't bad.
They don't have thick. I just wanted a bagel or something.
Yeah. No Dunkin' Donuts. The world needs Dunkin'. America runs. How about the world?
Yeah, the world runs on talking.
It's going to need to. It's going to need to. All right, I'm hoping my camera's still recording.
Yeah.
My phone. Yeah. We'll see.
It is what it is.
And we'll be right back to talk about sports on the Sports Podcast. Okay, welcome. Sorry about that super brief and quick intermission.
All good.
We're back. We're so
back.
back. Never been more back.
Back in and better.
Took like a couple seconds in between those two clips.
Yep, as always.
Yep, as always. Here we are. So the Pats have been doing a lot of things since we've been gone.
Yeah, since you've been gone.
Yep. They have signed Juju Smith-Schuster. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either.
They let Jacoby walk for virtually the same money. My question for you is what is your take on that whole shebang?
I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. I think they're around the same level player. You know, you can make the argument that Juju's a better yards after catch guy. He's put up better stats historically. I think the argument for Jacoby is undrafted free agent, he's Boston tough, he's more of a Patriots guy. I think they're right around the same skill level, and for the same amount of money, I think it's fine for a wide receiver too. I don't think there'll be much of a difference. You know, one of them might play a little better than the other, but at the end of the day, I think some people around here would prefer to have the Patriots tough guy like Jacoby Myers, which is fair. Some people would rather have a little better stats guy who might be a little better wide receiver, but I think at the end of the day, they're both wide receiver twos, and if we don't get a better wide receiver to lead this wide receiver room, I don't think it's going to matter much. Juju played great when he was his rookie or his second year
With
on the Steelers
and his second, I think.
Okay, he had 1,300 yards or something one of the years, but that's because he was a wide receiver too in a good offense, and after he left, he had 700-800 yards, which is kind of what Jacoby does. So I think it'll be the same thing either way. I don't think either of them are going to have a explosive year, although now Jacoby being behind Devontae, right, on the Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that he might have a better season just because he's not, dealing with the best defensive backs. So, I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't think it's as big a deal as a lot of people are making it out to be. I think we still have to go out and try and – I don't think we'll draft a number one guy, but –
Yeah, I would think on that.
And I'm not sure we're in on trading for a number one guy, so maybe next year or something, but I don't think it is much of a difference.
Yeah, my whole thing is, yes, I agree with you on all the things you just said, and also I'm a fan that they're trying to shake things up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Hey, last year was just bad in every single aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Shake things up, sign Juju, let Jacoby walk, sign Gasecki. Not that Jacoby was a problem. He was if anything a bright spot, but shake that up, sign Gasecki, let Jonnu walk, sign Juju, sign James Robinson. I applaud that they recognize that things can't stay the same.
Yes, but they're not making real changes.
No, if I could, because I'm going to go in on the Pats in a second, but one thing from their point of view, they signed the best receiver on the free agent market.
Yeah,
right?
and another thing about Juju and a couple of the people we signed is that I love that most of his contract is incentive based.
Yes.
There's some guaranteed money, but I love that it's incentive based because that's, for me, seems like the best type of contract, especially for someone like Juju who might not be a stud, but if you go out and play for us, you'll make money. Same thing with I think Gasecki's is too. They learned from Jonnu that it's we're not just going to give you a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Here's some money. You go out and play, make some plays, and
I think Gasecki's going to be good.
He's on a 1-year deal?
I think it's a 1 year. I think he's going to be.
He's been consistently. Last year he kind of struggled with the Dolphins, but he's been a consistent top 10 tight end in the league. So.
Right. I think that him and Henry should be all right.
The only thing is he's definitely just a receiving tight end.
Oh yeah, he's not very
when
fast.
He's out there, it feels like people are gonna know.
That's true. That's true. At least with him and Henry, maybe there's something. But my whole thing is so according to Doug Kyde, this is what we've sort of been looking at: is the Patriots are basically out on DeAndre Hopkins because the price is too high / whatever. I don't ever think they were ever even in on him. Because of the Bill O'Brien thing.
Not to the extent, yeah.
Yes. And also, the thing that I was mostly hoping on is the Jerry Jeudy thing. I was very much enamored by that idea. But that also does not seem to be happening at this moment.
I think we sent them an offer for a second and a fourth.
I saw that, yeah.
And they initially asked for a first.
That's the thing. It's I don't think they want to give up Jeudy. Sean
I don't know
Payton,
why they would. They're
exactly.
they're making the team better, and they're going to give up their not stud, but a good young receiver.
A lot of potential.
Yeah. So I don't know why they would, but I guess they decline that offer from the Pats. They said if they're blown away with a second and like another piece, they would do it, but we don't really like Tyquan Thornton.
No, right, exactly. My whole thing is like, I don't understand how Bill Belichick and the Patriots, however like great they are and great they have been, and they are, like how they do not see the writing on the wall with the receiver stuff. Like every single team, especially in their division, you have Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle in Miami. You have Stephon Diggs, who's completely transformed the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
You have Garrett Wilson, who's like blossoming into a probably number one receiver, and he's probably going to have Aaron Rodgers.
And
like every single
their
good
wide receiver room got a lot better.
A lot better. Yeah. Like every single good team has elite dynamic receivers, and we just can we got Juju. It's like great, and if we don't take JSN or at least one of the top guys at 14. It's like, and again, what has shown us that they're going to? You know what I mean?
No, we know they're going cornerback.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
or tackle. But like, I don't understand how you aren't prioritizing the wide receiver position more. I just don't get it. Like, I get that Bill Belichick's the greatest coach ever. I get that the Patriots have the greatest organization in sports in the last 20 years. But it doesn't change the fact that they're just it's like they're blind to the way the rest of the league is going. Is that fair?
No, that is fair. And like they made a bunch of good signings. Like
they're all
James,
like cool.
James Robinson, like we needed a
Undervalued,
receiving,
probably
a receiving
undervalued.
back. He
Right.
was hurt
Right.
last year.
Got him at low. Bought low.
A couple
with him. I have no
linemen,
problem with that.
A couple linemen that can play. Riley Reef
He'll
can
be
play.
fine.
He's played right tackle and left tackle.
Yeah,
They got
swing tackle.
another guy too that has played whatever.
Yeah, the guy from Broncos.
Yeah. Who's whatever.
Yeah.
But like they've made some decent signings, but they're not shaking up the league by any means at all.
And
Which
that's
is
what
not,
it's going to take.
But it's not the Patriot way to shake up the league and trade for a D-Hop.
And that's the thing, like, before...
Please make me buy my words. Like, make me eat them.
Please.
I'd love to eat
I'd love to eat them. Like, I'm starving. Before, they did this all throughout the 2010s, obviously the 2000s too. It was a much different league then. But when the league was similar, like 5-10 years ago, we had Brady. And the league, by the way, it wasn't that similar. It's changed a lot in the past, like, 4 years.
Yeah.
Ever since Mahomes, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
But even with Brady... We'd have Edelman, and we'd have Amendola. We'd sign, like, Philip Dorsett.
Yeah.
Like, this Juju signing feels like a signing we'd make in, like, 2017, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, he's probably going to catch, like, one big playoff touchdown pass,
Yeah.
you know? But back then, it's like, we were getting to AFC Championship games, getting to Super Bowls. So it's like, all right.
Without super high-powered offenses
Exactly.
like the Chiefs
It's
have,
like, all right,
the
it's
Bills
working.
have.
It's working, sure. But now, look, like, it's not working. It's just not working.
It's also, I'm going to say this, and people aren't going to like it, but, like, obviously Brady and those teams are great, but like the rest of the division was terrible. So you didn't have to go out there and side for trade for DeAndre Hopkins.
That's another thing. Like I was saying,
but now we're by far
Yes.
on paper the worst roster in the league.
By far.
And not the league,
the division,
the NFC,
like
the AFC East.
If you just look at the wide receiver rooms, like each one of these teams have at least a very competent upside wide, like the Jets.
Oh yeah,
Garrett Wilson, love Garrett Wilson.
Yep, they just got Lazard.
They just got Lazard.
People are out on him, but
it's like he'd be the best receiver on the Pats.
Yeah,
you know what I
probably.
mean. Like he's better than Juju.
Yeah.
So it's like the Miami might have the best receiver room in the league, and then you have Stephon Diggs, who is one of the top 5 receiver in the league,
and who now they're leaders to get DeAndre Hopkins.
The Bills are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Which
because
would
it's like,
be
look,
just-
this is how you win in this league now. Like, it's been this way. Like, look who won.
But do you think it's just receivers?
I think receivers are huge, but I think it's a mentality thing.
Okay, like you gotta
go get pieces.
Okay, so the draft and raise them thing isn't really a...
I'm fine with, like, that, but in terms of, like, to get to the next level, you have to go out
You have to have talent.
Yeah. Like look, the Eagles, even the Chiefs, like, the Chiefs went out and got Orlando Brown. They went out and got Kadarius Stoney. They went out and got Juju. Those are 3 big pieces. The Eagles went out and got
everyone.
A.J. Brown. You know what I mean? Like, this was a massive piece. So it's like, the Patriots aren't going out and getting anybody. And it's like, and by the way, if you're just going to, it doesn't really work this way in football. Like, you can't tank. You know, it's not really a thing. And the Patriots are never going to be a team that tanks, even if it was a thing in football. But, like, so in theory, your goal is to win a Super Bowl still every year. Let's say your goal is to win to make the playoffs. I mean, that's much more realistic and probably what's going on inside that building. Like, how are you not going out and getting a guy or something? Like, it's just...
I agree, but do you think, like, a DeAndre Hopkins is that answer? Or do you think it's just the mentality?
The quarterback's the answer, but it's
no, but like even DeAndre Hopkins, what do we have? A couple of years left of him, and he's been injured. He's 30. Like, he's had some problems.
It's like a why do you do it type of thing. But it's like, but then like conversely with that, it's like, well, then what are we doing? You know,
right?
It's like what? It's like, well, if we aren't in a position where DeAndre Hopkins would help us, then what are we doing? You know,
right?
But so I think this draft is probably going to answer a lot of questions. Like, look, at the end of the day, the problem is the quarterback. If we had a competent quarterback, we wouldn't even be having these conversations because we'd be like, yeah, put DeAndre Hopkins on this team. Oh my God, they're Super Bowl contenders. Right. Justin Herbert.
That's true.
Like if we had like a young, like a blue chip guy,
so
even
saying,
a Justin Fields, like with a high Trevor Lawrence, like we had a guy like that, we'd be like, oh my God, that'd be unreal. You know.
So you're saying sign Lamar?
I would love to. Look, I mean, so again, like even if let's throw realism out of the door here. Mm-hmm. Let's say there's okay, the Pats would give up a bunch of assets probably in the draft because that's how it is now to acquire Lamar. I would be like, absolutely fucking do it. Absolutely do it. There's a guy who wins 75% of his games, much more accurate than people give him credit for.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
A heartbeat, right?
A heartbeat.
It's like you can well, he's kind of banged up. I don't really care.
Who's not banged up in
the
NFL?
It's like
who is not?
Exactly. So
you're literally getting tackled for a job.
Yep.
And you're not banged up.
And this is a guy who
name one long tenured player that hasn't been hurt.
Exactly. And this is a guy who has absolutely, as much as people are itching to give him this Nomer, he has absolutely zero off the field issues his entire career.
Yeah, no, he's been great.
Zero off the field issues. Every single metric has shown that he's a grinder in the offseason. Yeah. Every season he comes back more muscled up because he started off real skinny.
Yeah.
He's become a better accurate throw of the football, which is just work. Mm-hmm. So it's yes, I would love to have Lamar Jackson.
No, I think anyone would, and when I think that's the problem with the Ravens is they're showing that they don't really care for him in the locker room. He did all that stuff and made I think less than $25 million and won MVP and helped lead that team to the playoffs a couple of years. And for only $25 million, you don't want to sign him for a giant contract. I know the Deshaun Watson thing kind of fucked up NFL contracts, but
what idiots the Browns are just the worst.
I kind of love it though.
They are just fuck yeah. We're the worst. We don't care. We don't care. We're
he couldn't even play for the Texans anyway. I don't think.
No. I think he was banned. Some weird thing.
I love that they restructured it though, and now they have a bunch of money to spend.
The Browns.
Yeah. I think that's a gangster move.
Yeah, it's we're gonna
we're gonna sign you for a bunch of money, but then in 2 years it's gonna be
totally
a third of what it was.
Yeah, for somehow I don't even understand. Back to the Lamar thing. It's I think this would be great because it's the Patriots lack dynamic players. Who's the most dynamic quarterback in the league? It's Lamar Jackson. I have no question. Maybe don't even get me started. I have no question that our defense is going to be fine. If at least fine, probably good next year, right? It's all
we'll be good. We'll be good.
So you give Lamar that defense, and then it gives you that excuse to go spend some money and get a wide receiver, and all of a sudden you're back in it because if not, it's we're rebuilding. I know we're
I think we both know it's not. It's not going to be.
It has to be a receiver at 14.
It's not going to be Lamar.
It's not going to be Lamar.
It's not going to be a receiver at 14 either.
It's much more likely that it's a receiver at 14 than Lamar. I don't think Lamar's leaving the
Ravens. It's not going to be Lamar. It's not going to be D-Hop. It might be Judy, and it might be a smokescreen for some random guy, which would be awesome. Yeah. Like Michael Pittman or something.
Yeah, I'd be shocked.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. That's always been with the Judy thing. They got Sean Payton. Why on earth would they trade Jerry Judy?
No clue.
He was great last year.
No clue.
I don't really get that.
So I doubt it's him. I doubt it's him either, and I doubt it's a wide receiver. So now we're getting into the point of you're saying we have to make big moves.
Yeah.
Is this just a Bill thing? Are we just
done with Bill?
Just waiting for Bill to break the win record, he'll leave, and then maybe.
That's what it seems like.
Make some moves.
And look, again, we've talked about this before, but the hope is the Kraft thing that came out at the end of the season.
Yeah,
it was to the season ticket holders.
I'm over this.
Yeah. But I don't it does seem to be a Bill thing. A lot of questions are going to get answered in that draft. We should totally go live for that draft.
Yeah, I'm
just
down.
All right, because our reactions. Imagine they take a 30-year-old from Lenore Ryan. It's.
I saw some guys saying that they're going to take 14. I saw some guys saying in the 6th round they're going to take DTR, just to have him in the on the practice squad just to prepare against mobile quarterbacks.
I mean, the thing is, if we draft DTR, I'm going to need him to start week 1.
Yeah,
I couldn't be more out on Mac. It's unbelievable. I want Zappy to start. The
thing is, Mac's going to be decent this year.
Well, that's what he is. That's what gets me about Mac is he is at. We have already seen his ceiling. Rookie year, him is his ceiling.
Which everyone says rookie year, dude. He was a Pro Bowler. Give him some time. He was a 7th replacement.
Yeah. So was Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, is he a Pro Bowler?
Exactly. So I'm done with the Pro Bowl.
He is a Pro Bowler.
I'm fine with you saying he was good his rookie year.
He had a great rookie year. Which, to be fair, I think he was 2nd in offensive rookie of the year votes behind Jamar Chase, who had the greatest rookie season maybe ever.
Yeah.
So
the thing with Mac is it just gets me because we have already seen the best version of him, and the best version of him is a little above average.
I don't think that's the best version of him. I think he can be better than he was his rookie year. I think he can because he knows what it's like to lose now. He's developed a bit. He'll hopefully have a little better squad than he did his rookie year. I don't know, dude.
That's the thing. He's also just not conducive to being a successful quarterback in the NFL in 2023. Like, look at the way he looks, the way he moves. This is not a
I don't think
2023
any moves we make, unless it's like Lamar, which I know it's not going to be Lamar.
No,
but I don't think any moves we make could make us a contender this season.
I agree.
And maybe not next season either.
Unless they like trade up in the draft.
Even then,
into quarterback territory.
They'll never do that.
Exactly. So
there's nothing like realistic moves. There's nothing that would make us a contender this year, and like our division's just going to keep getting better. So I don't know what the game plan is.
The thing that would get me excited is Jackson Smith and Jigba at 14 because that is like we have this guy for probably 7 years at least,
right?
You know? And so regardless of the max stuff, whatever, we have this probably wide receiver one. Yep. I just don't understand why they wouldn't take him at 14 if he's available. Like, can someone explain? It's like, well, we need.
And the thing is, he's definitely going to be available.
He totally is. That's right, because a bunch of quarterbacks are going to go, and then
would you only take him?
He for me.
Like, would you take Quentin Johnston if he was there?
If JSN wasn't there, I'd take JSN over everybody. But I'd probably take yeah.
He had a slow 40.
4.4? He ran a 4.48.
No, he didn't.
I think so.
No, he ran an unofficial like 4.55 or something.
It doesn't bother. Like I seen like that dude in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
He's so like silky the way he moves. I think look, I'm gonna be okay if I say that, you know, if they take like some random at 14 a wide receiver, I'm gonna be mad. But if they take any of the top 5 guys, if they take Addison at 14, I'm not all the way out on Addison. Addison weighed in small, like Gase was telling us, but. If they take Addison, I'm pumped. If they take any of the top 5 guys at 14, I'm pumped. I think JSN is easily the surest thing to a number 1 wide receiver.
What pick do the Broncos have? I'd honestly rather.
I don't think the Broncos have their pick.
Oh, yeah,
right. So because the Seahawks have like 4 or something.
I'd rather have Judy than any of the wide receivers in the draft. I would.
It's not
link him back up with Mac.
By the way,
he already has a couple years of pro experience.
And Judy's he has only a couple. He's very young still.
Yeah,
and he's honestly untapped.
He's 23
because he came out of that draft with Devontae as the best wide receiver, you know, and his route running is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like that's why the Judy thing is what excites me the most. I think out of all these,
I'd rather trade like the 14 for Judy and like a pick.
Totally, or a pick and the 14 for Judy. Like I don't even. That's a lot.
It's a lot.
I would trade the 14 for Judy for sure.
Straight up.
Oh yeah. I would. Because it's the equivalent of taking. They wouldn't. It's the equivalent of taking right now Jerry Jeudy at 14. You know.
I think you could get better than that. I think you could trade the first round pick for Jeudy and like a second.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. If you can get that, great. I'm just, you know, there's going to be a big rant on April, whatever it is, 15th or something.
Honestly, this entire offseason might just be a big rant for us.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Let's talk about some things we're hopeful. I mean, we talked about we got a pass catcher in the backfield. We got a more offensive.
James Robinson.
Yeah.
I love what they did. Like, James Robinson was super undervalued. I don't really know why they did it, but I think it was literally like, oh, hey, this is a good little running back that we could use in a James White position, and we're going to get him for nothing. Totally fine. Great. I think it'll be good for us.
I'm happy with the...
I love the Gesicki thing.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy with the John Jones thing. Love that.
Me too.
Love that.
Me too. He was as good of a candidate as it gets to just walking.
Yeah.
So, thank God. Mm-hmm. What about Miles Bryant being back?
He's back.
No,
Miles Bryant's back.
Hate him. Don't like
He's
Miles
back.
Bryant at all.
He's back. Okay. Seems like we signed a couple skill guys and then a bunch of like...
Jalen Mills is going to play safety.
Okay.
Which is...
fine.
Okay, he was not a great corner, so maybe he'll be a good safety.
Yeah, anyone can play safety.
I guess. That's what they did with D-Mac. Do you think that...
Oh, we released Brian Hoyer?
Yeah, we did.
What?
Yeah. And D-Mac's retired, which is going to be tricky. But do you think we would take... How would you feel, I guess, how would you feel if we took Brian Branch at 14?
I mean...
I would love it in like any other year.
Yeah, from what I've heard about it, is he's a very
pro-style safety.
Pro-style, and he can he's very versatile. Yeah, no, that was our weekly Patriots rant. I think they've made some good signings. They haven't, obviously, as we said, shaken up the league, which they never really have done. So I don't think you can expect much going. I mean, like Jerry Jeudy would be amazing.
Amazing.
Drafting a wide receiver at 14 would be amazing. Other than that, I don't see anything that's kind of realistic. There's probably doing some things behind the scenes that we have no idea about that no one's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I got for the Pats.
I'm
more in than I was going into last year. I'll say that.
Really?
Yeah.
I am less because I was higher on Mac last year.
I was not.
Yeah.
I'm higher on Mac now than I was last year.
That's insane.
I think quarterback is obviously that like one of those positions that's a lot of it's on you. A lot of the pressure, like you got to take care of business, but it's also like the people around you, the team.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's a team game. Who's calling the plays? So
I would be higher on the Patriots if you were starting a quarterback for them.
me.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is like, I'm not kidding.
That's. I mean,
You throw a harder ball than Mac Jones. I don't think that's crazy to say. I think we should do that.
I think
competition.
Okay. I'd be down.
I think you throw a harder ball.
How hard does Mac like?
It doesn't look like very hard.
Not as hard as Will Levis, the best arm in sports.
Right. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Talk about the Celtics and the Jaylen Brown stuff.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
To the Wagon Podcast.
Presented by
Nesson.
Discover.
Discover
your.
Here for your.
Find your road.
Find your dad. Track him down.
Somebody find that guy. ASAP. All right, so Jaylen Brown ruffled some feathers in the greater Boston area.
Yeah, a lot of loons were.
Loons were a-fluttering.
Yep.
Everywhere. No one's going to know what that means. Doesn't matter. Who needs it? Jaylen Brown ruffled some loon feathers this week by saying...
What'd he say? Tell me.
Here's what JB said. He said, when asked about his commitment to the Celtics long term,
Yep.
He said, I don't know. As long as I'm needed, it's not up to me. We'll see how they feel about me over time, and I feel about them. Hopefully, whatever it is, it makes sense. But I will stay here where I'm wanted. I will stay where I'm needed and treated correctly. That's what Jaylen Brown said. Everyone's up in arms. He also said something like, I'm not going to commit to anything because either way, Celtics fans will go insane.
Right.
Fair.
Totally fair.
They will.
I'm on the side of Jaylen Brown, regardless. How about
Same.
that? Wherever you go, I think he's a great guy.
Me too.
Stay here, leave. Rather you stay, but I still love you.
Just about whatever happens to Jaylen Brown, he's one of my favorite athletes ever.
Yeah. So his thing is like, he wants to make an impact outside of basketball, right?
Awesome.
And he wants to not be where there's racism, right?
Fair.
So where are you going to make an impact that's not like in a big city? And like what big city in America there's just 0% racism?
I don't know.
There's racism everywhere.
Is there one?
No.
Exactly. And his whole
so I hate to say it, but
like Boston's, I would like Boston in his whole thing. I feel like are great matches, and they have been great matches.
Yeah.
Right. Like
yeah.
He did the Harvard thing like 2 years ago. He gave a lecture at Harvard. His foundation, the Juice. That's what it's called.
Juice.
With the 7 in
His
front
clothing
of it.
brand.
They partner with MIT right now, and I do like chemistry and biology stuff for like
Science.
at-risk youth and all that.
Yeah.
It's on like
For what? At-risk youth?
Yeah, like lower economic youth, I
Okay.
believe, providing opportunities inner city, in and around Boston. So like, he's the best. I hate that. This is what I despise about the Celtics side of things with Jaylen Brown. I absolutely despise that he's always come up in trade rumors.
Yep.
Which I honestly understood until this past cycle with Kevin Durant, and even in August when the Kevin Durant stuff was going up again. Why on earth did the Celtics not just come out and say, hey, we're not trading Jaylen Brown?
That's a good question. I don't think teams really do that too often.
Yeah, but like this is your guy.
This is your guy.
Does that annoy you as well that they didn't?
It does, but like Kevin Durant, I wouldn't trade Kevin Durant for Jaylen Brown, but I think a lot of people think it'd be a good trade. And maybe from the Celtics standpoint, like you gotta see.
I know.
You might as well see it out.
I would
never do it.
I would never do it. I don't know if they even were. That's what I'm like.
I don't think
wish
they
had
were.
just come
I don't
out
think
and
they
been
were.
like, that's what I when it comes to Jaylen Brown, I know Tatum has all the love in the world. He's the guy, especially post Brady. He's the guy in Boston. You know what I mean? Like I want Jaylen Brown to understand how much he is loved by Celtics fans.
I agree.
By this community.
I think that Tatum this year stepped up a lot in his play. I don't think he's like miles better than Jaylen Brown.
I don't either.
It's
Especially
a lot closer than you think.
Especially in the last 5 minutes of games. You know what I mean?
I would pay them the equal amount of money, the same amount of money.
I would too.
Yeah,
I would too.
They're both up for a max if they both make All NBA teams,
Give
and I
it to
would
them.
pay them both instantly.
And feel fine about it.
And I think they're gonna. So as
hope
far
they
as that quote goes, I think he's wanted here.
I think he is too. And look, by the way he said this, and this is a athlete, a rare athlete. Not rare in the fact that athletes can be smart, but Jaylen Brown is like next level smart. Like Jaylen Brown
He's super smart. Went to Cal.
Extremely intelligent. But he said like, I will stay where I'm wanted. I will stay where I'm needed. Stay implies
that he's gonna stay here.
Where his mind is at right now is like, yes, I will stay in Boston. But he's very smartly, and he saw the stuff with Kyrie. He saw how the whole, and he's very tight with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Like he saw all the Kyrie writing on the wall where it's like, I'm not going to commit to something because I saw the last time that happened and it went absolutely insane into flames.
I think him being a smart guy, he knows that he can't lead a team to a championship, and he's not going to find a better spot to be a number 2 option. Like
I would agree.
He has total free reign here. We'll give him a bunch of money. He can do literally whatever he wants.
And the relationship with JT, every single time it has got brought up between the two of them, individually or together, it has been nothing but great stuff.
Yeah, the talks about JT like working out with Kevin Durant at the trade deadline, and Jaylen Brown called them and was like, "What's up with this?" Mm-hmm. I respect that totally from Jaylen Brown. Like I would be pissed off too. Yeah. I think that's not the best move by Tatum, but I think they handled it well. I don't know. I just don't. I'm so scared he's gonna leave.
I'm terrified. That's what I'm like. Jaylen Brown. Every single Celtics fan that I know would die for you.
Yeah,
I'd
kill for you.
It's a different way that we love Tatum, don't you think? It's different.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily more or less.
I think it's the same for me.
Really?
I'd kill for either of them.
No, I would too, but it's like
and
for
Derek
me,
White.
it's like for me, it's a little different. Where it's like Tatum's like the typical like, this is a star. This is like our guy who's going to lead us.
Yeah.
Jaylen's like just feels so much more ingrained in the culture where I'm like so proud to have Jaylen Brown represent
Be a
Boston.
Celtic.
You know what I mean?
He gives off good Celtic vibes too.
Great Celtic vibes.
I also think a lot of that article that was written that was in the
Ringer.
I think a lot of it was kind of
it was
not misreported.
It felt weird reading
Jaylen. Yeah, it did feel weird. Jaylen Brown came out after and was also like, "Listen, I did this interview and like some of it got taken out of context as it does in the media
all the time, especially the NBA.
So that's maybe why they don't ever shut down these trade talks, because maybe they're hearing them out, and also maybe it's just like complete bullshit and they don't even care. Like I'm sure a lot of them don't look at that stuff. Like I don't think Danny Ainge is in the office like, oh dude, ESPN just tweeted out that we might trade Jaylen Brown. Like I don't think he cares.
I don't either. Especially Brad. Brad seems even less dialed into social media than Danny Ainge. Right.
Yeah. I don't think that this is as big as a deal as it seems. Jaylen Brown seems to be totally dialed in on this season and winning a ring. Like that seems to be where the team's focus is. They're getting healthier, and the team seems to be hopefully making a good push for the playoffs.
They just did the interview with Pierce and Garnett, right? The two of them.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, which is like it seems like vibes
which they recorded. They recorded it
a while ago.
I think it said January 31st. So.
Oh well, okay.
Not too long ago, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think this is as big as a problem as it seems. It's just kind of annoying that it's coming out now, right before.
I hate that,
the playoff thing. But I'm in total faith that like he came out, addressed the team, or like they had talks about it, and is like, listen, this got taken out of context. Like let's just focus on now. Let's just get dialed in. We've like Tatum's been struggling a bit. We've all been kind of off kilter, like Missoula.
Except for Jaylen, to be honest.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's been so solid, other than breaking his face.
Yeah. But yeah,
Missoula's been kind of weird, and then I think they're just like, let's just get dialed in and get ready to roll. And I think last night against the Pacers showed that, like they were all on their A game. Like Rob was back, played great.
This team is so. The Celtics win a lot. They've been very injured and sort of fluid a lot in terms of their lineups this season, and most of them I've been like, yeah, this team is really well, but like if they get bounced and won it by the Bucks, even if the Sixers, like something like, or one of the good Western teams, like I wouldn't be shocked. But now
I don't think we'll. Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, it's just like, but now when I see them with Rob and with all these guys playing well, I'm like, this is the best team in basketball, hands down. Like hands down, they're beating anyone in a 7-game series. Like the team I saw last night play.
Yeah, I think they will too. I'm still of the belief that at any point the Bucks can be the best team basketball seen in a while. Like I think the Bucks could beat. No, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, I forget it.
I don't know. I think the Celtics team, they match up really well against the Sixers. Obviously, we don't really want a first round matchup with like the Heat or something, just because it'd be scary.
Yeah.
I think this is a team. The same team beat the healthy Nets in 4 last season.
Yep.
And I think there's a chance we could just fucking run through the playoffs. There's a chance we have some problems, like even first round with like
a Heat or
a
something.
Heat or maybe the Hawks. Like the Hawks are good. We won't match up with the Knicks first round, but like the Knicks could show us problems in the second round or something, and that's obviously an area of concern. But I don't really care. I think we're good.
I think so too. I would love it if Rob could just stay healthy.
Yeah,
If
the
Rob
Rob
could
thing.
just stay
Al
healthy,
Horford needs to keep playing like he's 26.
Dude, I saw a play last night. I'm like, that man is 27
Yeah,
years old.
he's amazing.
He was jumping out of bounds, throwing that ball back in. Derek White's been playing. Derek White, for all the shit I've given him last year, he's arguably been our third best player overall. Not so arguably, more definitively been our third best offensive player all year.
Yeah, I think you can make an argument for
Even when Brogdon's been firing.
I was gonna say Brogdon. Mm-hmm. Brogdon's electric.
Yeah, when is he back?
Did he not play last night?
I didn't see him.
I don't think he played last night either.
But is he back just?
I don't think it's a bad injury.
I don't think so either.
No.
I just think he might be.
Feels like a day-to-day thing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we now have a back-to-back 50-win seasons with two first-year head coaches. So that's kind of sick.
If that's not so much on Tatum and Brown's growth, you know.
I was listening to some of that interview with the Kevin Garnett thing, and they were like, yeah, after the Ime stuff happened and Joe stepped up, like we kind of realized that it's like a players league, and this is like our team, like saying like obviously we respect the coach and stuff, but like this is our team, we can do what we want. Like we don't have to let that dictate us because
Joe feels so much like a players coach, doesn't he?
Maybe not as much as Ime.
Oh,
to me, I feel like Ime connected way better with the players. Joe did too, but Joe, I said this to you the other day, gives me like Bill Belichick vibes. Like he's not. Mm-hmm. He's not like going out with the guys. I feel like Ime would be like, let's like go grab dinner or something.
I think maybe that was a wrong way to word it. The way I feel about Joe, because I do feel differently.
I mean, he was a player. Like he knows.
That's sort of why he's young, and maybe just because he was an assistant. It's almost like they were all on the same level last year, and now it's just like one of them's now in charge. Where Ime was like the head coach. You know what I mean? He was a boy, but like he was the head coach.
I love Joe. I think we're going to kind of miss Ime down the stretch.
And Jaylen and Ime were super tight.
They were.
Yes.
Joe last night after the game, he got asked, like, why did you not take your starters out up 29 with, like, 5 minutes left? And he was like, I like to win. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, players coach, like, maybe give him a rest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Ime, it's going to suck to watch him be really good on another team.
It is.
But I love Joe. I still love Joe. Don't listen to me, Joe.
Yep.
I love you.
I love Joe, too.
Tatum also broke the record for most 30-point games in a season by a Celtics player last night, past Larry Bird.
What do you have, like 35 or something like that?
He had
32 at one
32.
point. Yeah. Was that it?
I think so. And Jaylen Brown 27. So,
Yeah. They were great. Look, they played so well. And, like, I mean, there's that stretch in the second quarter, I think, where they went up, like, 15 and, like, that's the team that I'm like, there's no beating this team. Like when they're playing, and I know the Pacers aren't anything special, but like they just flip a switch and it's like game's over. Sorry, game is over. They're just so fluid.
Yes, I was listening.
Cool. Anything else? Just looking at some standings.
No, I'm just looking at some stats here. Jason Tatum, well, Embiid got there last night, but Jason Tatum has the most points in the league by over 70. More than 70 points over Joel Embiid, and he is not top 5 in points per game. So I'm gonna harp on this again. Please switch the award thing. I'm not saying this just because it's Jason Tatum this year. I kind of am, but like it has to be total points.
He should be the scoring champ.
He has the most points.
Yep. Jason Tatum should be the scoring champ. Absolutely.
End of the day. That's what it should be.
Yep.
All I have to say, my last gripe with the
totally
NBA thing.
Couldn't agree more.
All right. That, I think we're hitting a good stride though. The Celtics. I think we're
two big. The Sacramento win was real big.
That was a big one.
That was a game.
That was an away game at the end of a road trip too.
Yep.
I think going into the offseason, I think we're gonna be in a good spot. I think if we stay healthy.
I need a chip, man.
It's been too long since Boston's seen a ring.
Need a chip.
We need to hang a banner.
Longest time since we've been alive that we haven't had a championship.
50 months or something.
Yeah, horrible. I can't do it.
Haven't been sleeping.
Me neither. All right, we're going to come back, touch on some Sox stuff and some Bruin stuff, and yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the
Gotcha.
show. Welcome back to the
Thanks
show.
for having me.
You're welcome. We're in our third segment here. We're going to touch on some Red Sox stuff, but first...
And then I have to go to the doctors.
Yes, you do.
I'm itchy.
Itchy guy.
Super
So
itchy.
Pray for Quinn. Hashtag pray for Quinn. The World Baseball Classic just wrapped up.
Fucking awesome.
So awesome.
Fucking
I had no idea.
awesome.
I was actually out on it heading in. Why are we doing this? Who cares about the World Baseball Classic?
No.
Wow. I couldn't have been more wrong.
I wasn't out on it. I was just kind of unaware.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
uneducated, and I'd say I still am.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, am I in?
Wow.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I loved the best part was all the guys, all the athletes on all the teams saying this is the most fun playing baseball I've ever had.
Ever.
Like the crowds were electric.
It added so much meaning to the game when you play 160 game season.
Yeah.
Playing these games with like lose or go home, that's elevated baseball that people really care about, and I'm all in. I think there should be more sports tournaments like this, whether it's international or just like one and done March Madness style tournaments. I think there needs to be more of it.
Yep.
Adds more value to the game.
Agreed.
And make it more fun.
And I think it was huge that now we have a legitimate force to compete against the U.S. and Japan. And with Shohei, obviously they beat them. They're better than the U.S.
I mean, I don't think U.S. would have been a top 5 team in this tournament.
They made it to the final.
No, I know. I'm saying going in, I wouldn't have thought that. We sent no pitchers.
Oh yeah, and the Dominican, right? The Dominicans are
Puerto
absolutely
Rico.
insane. I think it just helps. You know, you got a guy like Shohei who's such a big ascending star who isn't American. You know, it just helped. I think, the brand.
Definitely.
And Randy Rosarina being on Mexico, even though I don't know if this guy ever lived in Mexico. He just got his citizenship and
The yellow cleats were pretty sweet.
convinced the president of Mexico to play with it. Okay, sure.
Verdugo Red Sox.
Verdugo Red Sox. Those unis were sweet.
Knocked in the
I couldn't be more pumped. But the star of the show though
was Lars Nootbaar,
who is that? Who is Lars Nootbaar?
a white guy that was on Japan.
You're kidding me, really?
Yeah, Lars Nootbaar. Give him
Obviously.
a Google. Give him a Google.
All right.
Lars.
Lars Newt. Wow, it's spelled just like you'd think. This guy is not white. He is definitely of Japanese descent.
Dude, he's white as snow.
Nice. Wow. I love this guy. I'm all the way on this guy.
Lars.
Masataka Yoshida
Masataka Yoshida
was
maybe
the star of the show.
Didn't win MVP, but was
Ridiculous.
the star of the show. It's tough not to give it to Shohei because he's Shohei Ohtani, but Masataka Yoshida won my heart. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
I almost bought a Japan Masataka Yoshida jersey, but I realized he's wearing number 7 for the Sox, so I'm gonna wait till those come out because I'm buying one of those ASAP.
ASAP. Who's got number 7?
Yeah.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah.
He 13 RBIs, batted .407.
Yeah, he batted .474 going into the final game. Yeah.
I mean, we got a guy.
Yeah.
Do we got ourselves a guy?
We gotta talk about a wagon.
Talk about a wagon.
Yeah,
Masataka Yoshida. I keep wanting to say Masahiro Tanaka.
Okay,
His name-
that sounds.
It's similar, which is tough.
Do you want some advice from me?
Yes.
If you have any money left after our trip to Europe,
Okay.
place it on Masataka Yoshida to win Rookie of the Year.
Got it.
Feels like the easiest bet there
It
is.
does. Masataka Yoshida, pencil him in for Rookie of the Year.
Score.
Couldn't be more in on that guy. Okay. We'll touch on some more Sox stuff as it happens. That is basically it for now. We're sort of saving the Sox stuff because hey.
I don't think Duran's gonna make the roster.
Oh, bummer. You know who is Cassis, I think.
Yeah,
He had a walk-off.
definitely.
Yeah. I've been
definitely.
waiting on him. I'm pumped about
He's
him.
playing first base, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so absolutely electric play in the Boston Bruins game last night.
That was something.
Bergeron gets nailed
Laid out
by some Canadian dirtbag.
some fucking hillbilly.
Yeah, what a shocker. The Montreal Canadiens are a bunch of dirtbags
Some
again.
fucking hobos.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? These guys
Those
stink.
dildos.
Absolutely takes out our captain, Bergeron. Brad Marchand said, "Nah, no,
No,
you're not allowed to do that here, partner.
no. I'm gonna assault you.
I'm gonna just kill you on the
Best
ice."
part about hockey.
Yes, it's just like, hey, when I move a problem, I'm gonna commit aggravated assault
I'm
against
gonna
you.
Yep.
And
I'm
it's
gonna
like-
commit an arrestable offense.
And the ref's
in
like,
front of millions of people. You're
Yes.
gonna do nothing about it.
the ref's like, no, you 5 minutes in a box.
5 minutes. Sit there.
Sit there and
Think about it.
And it was
They
awesome.
probably get more mad in there.
He just pummeling this guy on the ice. It's awesome. After the whistle too, on the ground. Just
So
going
watching
at
that clip for the first time, I thought he was just wailing on the goalie, and I was like, I don't think this is allowed.
it. What is going on?
I was like, I don't know a lot about hockey, but I know you can't do that.
yeah.
But it wasn't. So
I've said it before. I'll say it again. This Boston Bruins team is the most electric and dominant Boston sports team of my lifetime.
it's tough to argue that.
Yeah,
Tough
they
to
are
argue.
awesome. And
Playing
they just
right now
love
and
each
they're
other.
winning.
Yes, they are.
Who's the guy that hit who's the guy that Marchand was fighting?
Some weird name. Some guy I've never heard of. He's basically an absolute stooge. Nobody.
Oh yeah, I was watching. I was watching.
I was like, what?
I was watching those guys.
I see
at the
that.
nitrogen cycle.
Oh, those guys. I haven't seen them in a while.
Tim and Moby.
I haven't seen Tim and Moby in a while. That's awesome. Whatever happened to Tim and Moby, huh?
They're still kicking.
Yeah, they still do. They still uploading videos.
I watched one 2 days ago.
Nitrogen cycle. How is it? They still got their fastball?
It was a little less interesting.
Oh, okay.
The beeps from the robot were kind of annoying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They weren't when we were 7.
It was super annoying. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Interesting. Oh, who's this guy? It's
Rem Pitlick.
Pitlick.
Hey, Rem Pitlick. If you see me walking outside, I'd turn around and go the other way.
And you better run because I'm gonna be running after you.
I'll stab you with a knife.
Yep. Okay.
That's a threat.
Okay. Rem Pitlick, don't show your face around this studio.
No, don't show your face at all.
At all. You're very ugly. All right.
That's a threat.
Those are all.
How many games we got left?
10ish.
So right around the NBA thing.
Yeah. Very similar.
Why are those hand in hand?
I don't know. Like, who made that rule?
I don't know.
They're virtually hand in hand. Remember
two sports that are not overly watched compared to other, like the NFL, and you're gonna have them at the same time.
It feels
take
like
away some viewership.
Imagine this.
I'd watch more Bruins games if they weren't on the same night as Celtics.
Imagine basketball in the summer.
Awesome. That'd be maybe some outdoor games.
That'd be unbelievable.
That'd be sick.
I remember last spring it was like Tuesday Bruins, Wednesday Celtics, Tuesday on the one there in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That is fun, I guess.
Yeah, that was fun, but like, geez. All right.
Probably sucks if your team sucks like anyone else outside of Boston.
So true. I think that's the show.
Yeah, that is kind of wrapping it up.
Thanks for joining us.
Do we want to play the?
Yeah. Maybe not for Spotify listeners though.
Oh right.
Yeah. Right. But yes.
Yeah, so we only really got into. I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did. No, we got in depth.
We did.
We got in depth.
March Madness update.
Updates.
Just a quick update. The Elite Eight starts tonight. No 1 seeds left. I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna say take Texas.
I guarantee FAU is gonna win the whole thing.
Guarantee it.
Guarantee it.
Okay. What happens if they don't?
I will jump off a bridge.
Do I get to pick the bridge?
Yes.
Okay. Sagamore.
Okay.
Instant death.
Instant.
Certain.
FAU, need you to win.
Please.
Please. All right, FAU, please win. My life hangs in the balance.
Feels like Kansas State would have been a better pick.
No. You seen Janelle Davis play basketball?
Yeah, you seen that little short dude on Kansas State?
Don't care.
Dude, you love them.
I love Keontae George. I love Kansas State.
Is it Keontae George?
I don't know if he's a small guy, but he's a great player on Kansas State.
I don't think it's George. It's Keontae
Johnson.
Yeah. The dude that died?
Yeah.
On Florida? Yeah, Keontae Johnson.
Obviously, that's what I said. Janelle Davis is better than all of them.
You're thinking of George Washington.
That is it. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Show.
Probably primarily listening. No, yes. All right, hey, see you next week, hopefully.
Yep.
See you in a week from Monday.
Stage 3. Starting soon.
Oh, phase 3.
Phase 3.
Stage
3.
Is what you're going to get in an hour. Yeah, when you go to the dog.
Dude, I couldn't be more.
I bet.
All right, guys.
All right.